Hello, friends and neighbors. Here we are, the finale of this Alabama Bass Trail season on Wilson Lake, the ABT 100. Miss Kay, the third event of this 3-tournament series, and we've been looking forward to this one. Mother Nature, of course, doing what she does to the Alabama Bass Trail. We got a little fog to worry about this morning, but some good bass fishing, we hope, on the other side of it.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm smiling so big because it's the last one or that we're at Wilson Lake, a new lake for the Alabama Bass Trail, and knowing the quality of the anglers that we have in this thing, it is going to be a showdown.
You know I'm smiling ear to ear because this is one of my favorite lakes on planet Earth. I grew up here, so I'm ready to get out on the water for the Academy Sports and Outdoors first cast.
All right, it's the final stop of the ABT 100 here on Wilson Lake. We had a fog delay this morning, maybe 2 hours or so. And I'll say one thing that you know about this tournament going into it is it's going to be dominated in the tail race. However, I talked to several guys this morning during that fog delay. They were all saying there's a lot of big fish being caught here on the lower end, 20 pounds, 22 pounds. And we've got our second place Angler of the Year leaders right here on the lower end. They started really close to blast off. So I'm excited. Jason and Luke are headed up to the tail race, but we're going to start this show right here on the second place team, only 2 points behind. We'll kick this ABT tournament off on Zeke Gossett and Ethan King. There was a very, very heavy fog delay this morning, and now we're getting things going. Luke, Duncan, and Jason Duran are headed up towards the dam. So I'm going to be covering the lower end of the lake. Not a very big lake, but one thing that was interesting to hear from the dock talk this morning was all the fish that are being caught on the lower end and the potential to win this tournament on the lower end. I talked to 2 different teams that were catching really big bags of fish. One guy said that all 3 days of practice down on this lower end, they caught 22 pounds, 22 and a half, and 23 pounds. And they weighed all of them on Bubba scale. So with the potential to weigh in 23 pounds, obviously it's going to be difficult to win just because you know that the tournament should, in theory, be won on the upper end of the lake, but who knows?
Well, my first pun of the day is, damn, it's crowded, but I mean that in the concrete term. I know it's a kid show, but this is, I fished this lake my whole life. I fished a lot of tournaments below this dam. I've never seen anything like this, boys. I'm not gonna lie, this is something to see. We're on boat 27, Troy Simbeck and Terry McCormick. Some hometown boys that I've known for a lot of years. I used to fish a bass club against these guys. They got a lot of experience down here, and they are sitting in an area where a lot of tournaments have been won recently. And obviously the word is out that most tournaments get won up here from the way it's looking this morning. Of course, Jason's over in the tail race. I'm actually kind of more on the slackwater side, and you've got some locals up here mixing it up. We're gonna see a lot of live bait fishermen today. And we're going to see a lot of bass get caught, I have a feeling. Big smallmouth and big largemouth, this is where they live. My dad used to say when I was a kid, once a bass got to about 3 pounds on the lower end of the lake, they just immediately hooked a left and came to the dam because this is where the buffet's at. So we're going to stay with you and hang in up here. Jason's directing traffic. Go ahead, Jared. Show Jason over here directing traffic. This is weird.
You know, when you go to a parking lot and you pay to park and you look down at your parking number and you go write it in, I feel like these guys did that yesterday. Like, I'm gonna be in this spot tomorrow. I prepaid my spot, so y'all stay out of the way.
Alabama Bass Trail Television is presented by Phoenix Boats and sponsored by Academy Sports and Outdoors, Crush City Rapala, Landers McClarty Chevrolet, and by Jax. It's all about the South. There's more to come.
In 2009, it all started with this 721 Pro XP and a passion to build the best fishing platform in design, performance, and construction for all of our customers. Through the years, motors have changed. Electronics have changed. But the passion to build the best bass boat possible has not changed. Everyone at Phoenix believes we got it right the first time.
Here at Lanners McClarty Chevrolet, it's time to pick your offer on a new Chevy Silverado 1500. That's right, pick the offer that's best for you. Choose rates as low as 2.9% for 72 months, or how about up to $12,000 off all Silverados? They have the best selection in years with over 500 pre-owned vehicles available. Big store, big on savings, and big on customer service. Visit LannersMcClartyChevrolet.com.
Big banks only care about one thing: ROI. So when it comes to your small business, you can expect a big no. At AmFirst, we don't just invest in your business, we invest in you and your goals. With great rates on loans, lines of credit to help you grow, and business checking accounts. Because at AmFirst, business is personal.
She grew up fast. Will she remember these times and continue the tradition? You better believe it. Tell a new fish story with Garmin.
Coming. Yeah. Coming. That'll work. Good job. Megan? Oh my God. Yeah.
Two on him. He ain't that. This ain't.
I didn't think mine was either.
You hear the dam, the dam, the dam. It's where it's going to go down. It's where I got to go. But just because you're up here doesn't mean that you necessarily have a fighting chance, because there are spots within the spot, right? This is a massive area. And I mean, you can catch 25 pounds off of one rock, but you gotta get your bait presented to the right way, and you gotta know where that one rock's at. And that's where some of our guys that have spent years of their lives up here have an advantage over the rest of the field today. And you know, I feel like, especially with the fog delay shortening things, you don't get a ton of bites up here. The bites you get are normally big, but if you're not catching, you know, if you're not used to kind of the feast or famine nature that this presents up here at Wheeler Dam, or any tail race really, you're going to get out of here after an hour or so.
And Ethan started right here close to the ramp, and they are scoping some sort of walking bait and some sort of a jerk bait. They've caught 2 drum, and they must be seeing a lot of fish, because they are throwing in every which direction around the boat.
I may have one coming in right now on the blue boat, just 3 down. In real time, no delay on this one. Oh, not a good one. Got a little old trash fish. Look good though.
So far we haven't seen anybody peel out. We've not seen a fight, and we've not seen anybody leave just yet. And I was betting on both, to be fair. All right, hooked up right here. Small keeper looks like, maybe. Same boat we saw catch a nice smallmouth earlier, Jared. Not sure who that is.
Well, boys, I'm eating a pack of powdered donuts right now, watching Russ Lane and Chris Rutland swim a jig. They are swimming grass, and now they've turned back around, now they're flipping it, and Chris is bombing a spook around in the back.
You got one.
You got one? Big one?
You got one. One fish.
Big one?
No, just keep.
Yeah.
I want to take just a second and break down exactly what the guys are doing here. So they got a little bit of a later start this morning. We only got to take off at 9 o'clock due to the fog. So when the fog all got away, we were able to make this run. So you can see, as we look, the guys are all lined up on just the edge of this seam right here. So the fast water's going by, and they're sitting off in just the edge of the current right now. Really hardest part here is what's gonna happen is the guys have got to pick their spot and get in their spot, and most of the time they're gonna have to stay in that spot until somebody else leaves and allows them to move in a little closer. So gotta work together here today to make it happen, to get up to that 23 pounds, probably gonna take to win this thing.
Hooked up. Well, boys, they idled back here and made first cast and caught one. Yeah, it looks like a little far away, but it looks like a 3-pounder or so.
Alabama Bass Trail Television, presented by Phoenix Boats, is sponsored by Yamaha Outboards, TH Marine, McGraw-Webb Chevrolet, American Baitworks, and by Southern Protection Agency.
'Twas Christmas in Jack's country, the morning so bright, where flapjacks are a-flippin', such a glorious sight. With eggs plus bacon or sausage for just $4.79, add some Jack's Christmas magic to your breakfast time. Merry Christmas. From Jack's, we're all about the South.
Here at Landers McClarty Chevrolet, it's time to pick your offer on a new Chevy Silverado 1500. That's right, pick the offer that's best for you. Choose rates as low as 2.9% for 72 months, or how about up to $12,000 off all Silverados? They have the best selection in years with over 500 pre-owned vehicles available. Big store, big on savings, and big on customer service. Visit LandersMcClartyChevrolet.com.
'Twas Christmas in Jack's country, a time for Southern flair, where nuggets are hand-breaded, golden fried with care. With fries and a cheeseburger, such a satisfying meal. For just $6.99, what a holiday steal. We're Jack's, and we're all about the South.
Come on, man. Make my arm tired.
Yep. I mean, I don't know if it felt big, but it's close. Pretty damn bad, ain't he? Yeah, he's a chunk. I don't know if he's big. Oh, God, my, look at that. That's a freak.
Size?
Bias, it's no, it's a strap. But maybe good size. Down.
Maybe just got the strap up here too.
One cool thing down here on the lower end, we're getting to see Russ Lane and Chris Rutland fishing old school, swimming a jig, throwing a spooks. I kind of like the change up. We're used to seeing so much live scope going on. Obviously up at the dam right now, they're fishing the tail race, but I like this old school, some bank grass, skipping docks. Throwing a spook over here on a shallow flat in the fall. Look at all the bait back there by Russ's boat. You can see it on the kind of on the surface right now. That is fall fishing 101.
I'm with our ABT championship champs right here, Beck and Harvey, and they've already got a limit in the box. for about 15 pounds. They said they had a feeding frenzy when they first pulled up, but it's kind of slowed for them. But being boat 82, they are not all the way at the concrete. They said they knew that they wouldn't get a shot at that. So they found something a little sneaky away from the crowd just a little bit. We can still see the crowd, but not right on top of everybody, and they got 15 pounds in the box.
If they all cooperate down here, how much weight you think you can catch on the lower end?
If they cooperate?
Yeah, that's the key though.
22.
Okay.
We've seen, I mean, I didn't get practice. Jason's been down here a couple days. I was down here. I mean, that's why I can't catch them jumping your boat. Down here a couple hours yesterday, and we saw some, like 4.5.
Yeah.
They're not set up yet. I don't know if it's the sun, I don't know what it is. We had some fish, even with early boating, we had some fish up the tail race. I just didn't want to fight it. And what we saw yesterday, we thought we could catch them a lot better than we have. We've only had one bass bite, and I jumped it off. It was, I don't know, 3 pounds. Wasn't anything that helped us.
Luke and Jason are both on the at the tail race. You think there's so many boats up there that could cancel each other out and then somebody not win it up there, or you think it'll still be one?
No, I still think it'll be one up there.
Yeah.
100%.
Donnie Beck hooked up. Wrong kind. Wrong species. Our camera died just a few minutes ago, and Donnie flipped in about a 3-pound smallmouth and immediately threw it back and said, that won't help. So they must have said they have 15 pounds. They might have north of that. Just historically, man, it is hard to compete with this up here when it's firing at the times of the year that it really goes down up here. Man, what really hurts the rest of the lake, and there's a great population of largemouth and smallmouth from dam to dam, but when you get up here below Wheeler, you just get really big smallmouth and really big largemouth. All it takes is the 5 right cast. But they, on average, you know, the bite, you can get more bites down the lake for sure, but up here it's all about quality.
ABT 100 finale, the last Alabama Bass Trail Tournament of the year. Wilson Lake had a fog delay, kept us socked in for 2 hours, but the guys still got out there and started catching them, especially up at the dam. We saw plenty of boats.
Well, the interesting thing, I turned right out of here. There's boats already, like every single pocket mouth all the way to the dam, headed downriver consistently, and they're all scoping to the mouth of those pockets. So obviously there's a bunch of, I'm imagining, bait, probably fish everywhere, but then also as you got to the mouth of that pocket, you would see a bunch of boats in the back as well. So there's like 2 definite patterns going on. I don't know if that's a winnable thing. Certainly there's a lot of fish to get caught.
The dam gets all the hype on this lake most of the time. I'd say 10 months out of the year, I should say. And the hype brought out the crowd. Jason, you and I went up there, and I think it was half the field maybe at one point.
That's what I was going to say. It's the first time in the Alabama Bass Trail that I have covered half the field in only 2 hours. Yeah. So it has been phenomenal today. But the sad part, we got to see nobody was catching fish except for the group you saw that was a little bit away from the dam, but the guys I saw were right on that current seam, and literally it was like a parking lot, line by line by line by line. So I think later in the day that produced, I think guys got really where they want to be. I really think we're going to see here at weigh-in. I believe it's going to break 20 pounds.
This portion of Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, is sponsored by Garmin, by Power Pole, Strike King, Lose, and by Mountain Dew.
In the relentless pursuit of domination on the water, one name stands above the rest. TH Marine's Atlas Jackplate. The power behind champions since 2007. The driving force that propels you to victory. More winners choose Atlas. For the fisherman who demands the best, Atlas delivers. Because every move counts. More winners choose Atlas.
Research and development is more than just time in the shop for us. It's time out here. Sweating the details. Making boats that work as well in the real world as they do on paper. From our R&D team to our anglers on the water, we have the knowledge and passion to build you the finest fishing platform in the world.
I want to talk to you about Piranha 02.
This is the exact system that we are running behind stage in all of our tanks to keep our fish healthy and alive so we can get them back in the water.
Every dead fish costs you a lot of money. So I've been really impressed. It's an oxygen enrichment system that helps out, keeps these fish alive, and lets you catch and release them.
Weight is the key in tournament fishing, so take care of it. Go to Piranha 02 and take a look.
The best fishing spots hook your heart and reel you back again and again and again. Whether the bucket mouths are biting or the tall tails are flowing, it's always a good time. Anyone, anywhere can get fishing for less. Have fun out there.
Eric White and Eddie Jewell, lots of experience on the Tennessee River. Wheeler, Wilson, Pickwick, Gunnersville, you name it. How are you, buddy? Going to be a new leader right here, 5 that are going to go 1672.
How was fishing today?
We had a good day.
Caught quite a few fish. You know, it is what it is. The sun, we didn't get no sun. What was fishing, we needed sun.
Waves on the
just the way it is.
They won last year the infamous Snow Bowl on Logan Martin. When we blasted off, it was 14 degrees. Andrew Loberg, Jed Lamb, and Eric White, Eddie Jewell, I apologize. It did not last long. New leader, 2087.
That's probably not going to hold out, but, man, we had a good day. I mean, we don't have a lot of history on this lake. We just knocked around mid-lake all day and caught what we caught. We figured we'd catch 20, and that's what we did. So,
all right, up next, Clint Blackwood, Briar Chambers. Going to be our second 20 bag of the day. 2057, just shy of the lead.
I had a decent day on Tuesday, and we had a okay day yesterday, and we had 3 places, and we just rotated them all day long.
All right, these guys were in second place in that Angler of the Year race by 2 points. We saw them ABT live for a little bit this morning. Zeke Gossett, Ethan King doing what they do. 5 that'll go 1886.
We did our job. I felt like after our practice, we were catching not many fish, but we were catching big ones. And we had 4 of the right ones and just 1 small one that killed us. And I think if we would have had a full day, we might have got that 5th cold.
Nolan and Robbie Spencer, and they got 5 big ones, Daniel Montgomery said. And you dang right, 5 that will go 24, 28 new leaders. What a finale here on Wilson Lake, Miss K. 24-28, Nolan and Robbie Spencer. Nolan getting his 2nd win of the year. No big deal. Those are easy on the Alabama Bass Trail, as we all know, taking on $33,000 and ending this year with a bang.
You know, it's really cool to come to small bodies of water like Wilson Lake. One of the hidden gems, I think, doesn't get a lot of stories like Lake Gunnersville and some of its other sister lakes, but these guys showed out. We've seen Nolan on the Alabama Bass Trail for a long time. Robbie's been here for 5 years, and to get that win, father-son, pretty special day.
Very special. Always getting to fish with your dad. I know you enjoy it, but, man, to get a win like that against this crew has to be one of the best days y'all have had on the water.
For sure. Oh, absolutely. When we first started this, I guess before the first tournament, he said, we're going to win one of these one day. And we've had, ups and downs, trying to win 100. I think it's probably maybe tougher than winning a regular event possibly. But this morning was just kind of special. The way it started out, it kind of felt like maybe it was like one of those things were meant to be. So we're definitely, I love Jonathan, but this one is special. I mean, winning me and Jonathan have done well in the past, but this one is definitely up there.
What was the key to catching that 24-28 for you guys today?
I think it was just patience. I mean, the fish bit well early, but they would kind of come and go, and we applied different techniques, and really it was just the fact that we had nothing else. We had one little spot, and we knew that we had to, that if we were going to win, it was going to be right there.
Now, this field is very hard to beat, as you mentioned, but this one especially, we had a lot of local legends in this. You had a lot of pros, but tail race experts, and that's all the talk. All the concrete was going to be the deal. We talked it up on the podcast. How did you guys overcome that?
I think we just, we knew that we weren't going to beat those guys at that game, specifically up there, at the kind of community spot of the tail race. So we didn't have a great boat number. We were boat 60. Purposely tried to look for things that were off the wall, maybe farther away from the dam, maybe that didn't really show anything on the map. And we found one place. Didn't know how good it was necessarily. Caught 2 big ones and left in practice. And we found out today there was quite a few there.
About 33,000 reasons that it was a pretty good spot, Miss Kay. Also in this event, Zeke Gossett, Nathan King. Holy cow. What can we say about those guys we haven't already? ABT South Anglers of the Year this year, and now ABT 100 Anglers of the Year.
Yeah, I think that's just a testament to our sport and the young energy that is surrounding this sport. It's a good time to be here in this sport, and I hate all the negativity that has surrounded it, but those guys catch them everywhere we go. We saw them catch a 6 1/4 at Lay Lake. Incredible way to start the morning. They flat catch them everywhere we go. Great representation of the Alabama Bass Trail, and super proud for them. Super proud for these guys right here. What a way to end the season.
Absolutely. Like I said, fireworks on Wilson Lake. Guess what? We get to put a bow on this thing, and we will see you in 2026.